Procrastination is like a credit card. It feels amazing when you're swiping it, but the bill always comes later. And trust me, the interest is brutal. Let's be real. Procrastination is one of those problems everybody thinks they'll outgrow. You think, once I'm older, more disciplined, more successful, I won't procrastinate. But nope. Even billionaires procrastinate. Even athletes procrastinate. Even I, your friend Joe, still catch myself procrastinating like a professional sometimes. So today, I'm going to explain procrastination in a way you've never heard before. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why your brain loves procrastination, why it secretly makes you feel safe, and most importantly, how to finally stop letting it run your life. This isn't theory, this is real life. I'm going to mix psychology, science, and some painfully honest stories from my own life. So buckle up, because this is going to sting a little, but it might also change everything for you. Part 1. Why Procrastination Exists. Here's the brutal truth. Procrastination isn't about being lazy. It's about avoiding pain. Think about it. Every task you procrastinate on usually has one thing in common. It feels uncomfortable. Maybe it's boring, and maybe it's hard, and maybe it's scary because it exposes you to judgment. Your brain sees discomfort and immediately goes, nope, let's avoid that. And here's the kicker. Your brain has two systems running your life. System 1, the instant gratification monkey. This is the part of your brain that loves Netflix, snacks, scrolling TikTok. It lives for dopamine hits. System 2, the rational decision maker. This is the part that wants to build a career, get fit, start that business, actually finish what you said you'd do. Guess which one usually wins? Yep, the monkey. Because comfort feels better in the moment than progress does. I'll give you an example. I once had a deadline for a project, super important. I sat down to start working and somehow convinced myself that reorganizing my sock drawer was urgent. Like, socks suddenly became the most important thing in the universe. Why? Because fixing socks is easy. Building something meaningful? That's hard. And my brain wanted the escape. And let's be honest, we've all been there. The dishes suddenly call your name when you should be working. That random YouTube rabbit hole about cats fighting cucumbers becomes necessary research. You'll do literally anything other than the thing you need to do. That's not laziness. That's your brain trying to dodge discomfort. Part 2, the science of procrastination. Here's something wild. Procrastination is literally tied to your brain's wiring. Studies show it's connected to the amygdala, the part of your brain that processes fear. When you procrastinate, you're not just being lazy. You're dodging an emotional threat. Example, you don't send that email because what if they reject you? You don't study because what if you fail anyway? You don't go to the gym because what if people judge you? It's all fear. Fear dressed up as, I'll do it later. The problem? Later never comes. Tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year. And before you know it, procrastination has stolen a decade. And there's another layer, dopamine. Your brain rewards you for procrastination. That little rush you feel when you scroll social media, that's dopamine. It tricks you into thinking you've accomplished something when really, you've just delayed the hard thing. Procrastination is addictive. It's literally a cycle your brain craves. Part 3, the emotional cost. People think procrastination only costs time. Nope, it costs self-respect. Every time you procrastinate, you're breaking a promise to yourself. That builds shame. And shame is heavy. It whispers, see, you can't even trust yourself. And then, here's the trap. You procrastinate more not to escape that shame. It's like drowning, and instead of swimming up, you drink more water. I remember in college, I had a paper due. I procrastinated so hard that I literally turned it in at 11:59 p.m. I got it done, but the stress, the self-hate, the shaky hands typing furiously, that wasn't worth it. And the sad part, I repeated the cycle over and over. It wasn't about the paper. It was about the identity I was building. Someone who avoids instead of someone who executes. And that's the real cost of procrastination. Not the missed deadline, not the late grade, not even the angry professor. It's the identity you build when you constantly tell yourself, later. Because later people don't win. Later people don't build. Later people don't grow. The only people who win are the ones who learn to act, even when it's uncomfortable. Part 5, How to Beat Procrastination, Step by Step. All right, here's where it gets practical. I'm going to break down the strategies that actually worked for me. Step 1, the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll do it for 5 minutes. That's it. Because the hardest part isn't the task, it's starting. Once you start, momentum takes over. I can't tell you how many times I've tricked myself this way. 5 minutes turns into 30, and suddenly the task is done. Step 2, make it stupid simple. Don't tell yourself, I need to write a 10-page paper. Tell yourself, I just need to open a doc and write one sentence. Shrink the task until it's laughably small. The brain resists big, scary tasks, but it doesn't resist small, silly ones. Step 3, kill the triggers. Your environment fuels procrastination. If your phone is next to you buzzing, good luck focusing. Remove the triggers. Put your phone in another room. Block the websites. Make procrastination inconvenient. Step 4, replace guilt with curiosity. When you procrastinate, don't just shame yourself. Ask, why am I avoiding this? Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's perfectionism. Sometimes it's just exhaustion. When you identify the real reason, you can tackle it head-on instead of spiraling into guilt. Step 5, reward action, not perfection. Most people procrastinate because they think the result won't be good enough. Forget perfect. Celebrate the fact you acted. Consistency matters more than flawless execution. Success is built on messy attempts, not perfect ones. Step 6, break the all-or-nothing mindset. You don't need to finish everything today, just make progress. Done is better than perfect. Small steps compound over time, and momentum is your best weapon against procrastination. Part 6, real-life story. Let me get personal for a second. I once delayed launching a project for months. I told myself I was researching. In reality, I was scared. Scared people wouldn't care. Scared I wasn't good enough. Finally, I forced myself to just put it out there. Was it perfect? No. Did it flop? A little. But you know what? That flop taught me more than months of planning ever did. And eventually, that messy start snowballed into success. Because action creates momentum. Procrastination only creates regret. And here's the thing, once I started, the fear didn't vanish, but it became manageable. That's the secret. You don't wait for fear to disappear. You move anyway. By the way, if you're procrastinating right now by watching this video, at least make it productive procrastination. Hit that subscribe button, because I drop these breakdowns all the time, and they might just be the push you need to stop delaying and start building. Part 8, the bigger picture. Here's the part nobody talks about. Procrastination isn't just stealing tasks from your to-do list. It's stealing your life. You don't procrastinate on emails. You procrastinate on dreams, on health, on relationships. You tell yourself someday. But someday is a graveyard where most dreams go to die. The most successful people aren't the smartest. They're the ones who learned how to start, even when it felt uncomfortable. They're the ones who acted before they felt ready. Think about it. Every breakthrough in history came from someone who refused to wait for the perfect time. They acted, and so can you. So, procrastination explained, it's not laziness, it's fear disguised as comfort. It's your brain choosing short-term relief over long-term growth. But you don't have to live stuck in that loop. Start small, build momentum, replace guilt with action. And remember, if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting forever. Procrastination is a thief. Don't let it rob you another day. Joe out.